Yo, what's up, you guys? Silver11 Plays here to bring you another Wi-Fi battle video. This one I just recorded earlier tonight against my friend Mr. Bluewolf555 or Justin. And before, I thought I'd show you guys my box right before I battle, so you guys can kind of see what I have, and you guys can maybe put together a team. So I've got a Torchic, Frogadier. Actually, you know what? You guys can probably see here. Torchic, Frogadier, Chespin, Halucha, Squirtle, Charmander, Chestnut, Blaziken, another Frogadier, an Evoltol, a Flaffy, a Togepi, which I'm going to be trading for a Bulbasaur, another Charmander, a Dratini, and a Pangoro, and then I have an Avalugg, a Frogadier, a Zoroark, that Lapras doesn't really matter, Ralts, a shiny Sigilith, a Pansage, Growlithe, Dragolch, Aerodactyl, Scatterbug, Amora, Eevee, Victreebel, that's a Lapras egg, Gligar, Mienfoo, Eevee, Pikachu, Gardevoir, Kangaskhan, Gabite, Mewtwo, Zygarde, Blastoise, and then a whole bunch of Eevees, along with a Mawile, a Lapras, a Sylveon, a Doublade, a Charizard, and a Lucario. So, now we'll go ahead and get to this battle. Now, this battle was very close. It could have gone either way. In fact, I probably should have lost. Actually, I definitely should have lost. But, yeah, the teams here are me using my Victreebel, my Lapras, Charizard. I used my shiny Sigilith in this, my Lucario, and my Sylveon against his Venusaur, Tyranitar, Golurk, Espeon, Charizard, and Greninja. Now, just looking at the teams right off the bat, I have type coverage against his Tyranitar, Golurk, and Greninja with just my Victreebel, and with just my Lapras. So, and with just my Lapras, I have advantage over 4 of them, so it kind of looks like it should be a really easy fight for me. But as you see, it gets really difficult. Alright, so I start this off. He starts up with his Greninja, and I start off with Victreebel. So he goes for the extra sensory, and I will survive it. And I'll go for the Leaf Storm, but I'll miss. So this is where problems come into play right away. I lose my Victreebel, who I was planning to rely on, right off the bat. So yeah. Then he goes into his so then I go into my Lapras, and he switches out into Venusaur. I go for Thunderbolt, hoping he will stay in with his Greninja, which he doesn't. So he goes for the Sleep Powder, and he misses. So I will get an Ice Beam off. Now, I know his Venusaur's kind of strategy. He Sleep Powders, then he Sunny Days, and then he Sleep Powders, Leech Seeds, Sunny Days, and then Solar Beams. But he'll miss his Sleep Powder again, which means I can go for the free Ice Beam to take it out. So his strategy and my strategy are both gone. Now he's got Tyranitar, which I'm pretty sure was what I thought was going to be his Mega Evolution, but it's not. So, yeah, he goes for the Earthquake, which I'm really surprised about, considering he knows that Rock type is super effective against Ice. Maybe he kind of had a blank moment there, but yeah, so he switches into his Espeon, so I go for Hydro Pump, and that'll take him down to right around half. He gets buffed by the Sandstorm, and so do I, and then I think I switch out into my Sylveon here, or Sigilif, sorry. Sylveon comes in later. And get the nice shine. He goes for the Psychic, and so I am able to get off a Shadow Ball here right after this as he goes for Morning Sun. Hoping it'll heal him up enough, but Shadow Ball will be too much for him to handle. Won't kill him on this turn, but he realizes Morning Sun won't be enough. So I think he just lets, he goes for the takedown, just hoping to do some damage, and basically goes out in style, I guess. But yeah, so that was what happened there. And so now the Sandstorm stops, and I believe he goes into his Greninja, yep. And so I switch out into Sylveon now, I think. No, I don't. I send out him, which was smart on my part, sending out Lucario. Until I become an idiot and don't go for the fighting move. Because I forgot that Greninja is Water Dark. So I Mega Evolve. I go for Extreme Speed instead of Close Combat. He goes for Hydro Pump, which is more than enough to take me out. So yeah, at this point I thought I was actually way ahead of him, but I wasn't. It was, at this point, I think, tied 3-3. But yeah, Moonblast will now hit, taking Greninja out. And one of my Pokemon still hasn't even been in the fight yet, neither has his Golurk here. This Golurk is scary. It is such a tank, and it has a move you wouldn't expect it to have, but of course I would, because I already knew what it was going to be, so I already knew this Golurk's moveset, so I wasn't too worried about it. I was just kind of trying to debate a strategy over it. But Sylveon goes down here, so I go into my Lapras. He uses Fly, what I said, something you wouldn't normally expect. So I go for the Ice Beam, knowing I won't hit. So he'll hit with the Fly, take me down to 50 HP, so I can go for the Hydro Pump here. So his Golurk will go down, and he brings out his Tyranitar again. And this time, he will go for a Stone Edge, I think. Yeah, I go for Hydro Pump. Not quite enough to kill it. So he is able to go for the Stone Edge to take out my Lapras. And now, it is 2 against 2. So I would go for Power Up Punch here, just in case I need to use physical attacking moves, because at this point I forgot what his last Pokemon was, and it was a really good call on my part to go for the Power Up Punch, because it was a Charizard, so Fire isn't the best, so I would have to go for some physical moves, because I do not have any special moves on my special Charizard that are not Fire type. But anyway, he goes for the Inferno, gets lucky with the hit, but I didn't understand why I didn't get burned here. I don't know why, but I'll go for the Slash. He gets buffed by the Sandstorm, and this is where I say I should have lost. You'll see here in a minute. He goes for the Fire Spin while with the Sandstorm. So yeah, here I go for Fly. So he gets buffed. He still has plenty of HP left, but I get buffed, and then I get hit with the Fire Spin. Now, it should be one more turn before I'm out, regardless if he hits me or not. So I go for Fly. Not enough to take him out. Sandstorm subsides. Thank goodness, because or else I would have been dead for sure. Left with 13 HP. He goes for Inferno instead of Flamethrower. Misses, which allows me to go for the Slash and take out his Charizard. So, very, very close battle there. Yeah, I thought for sure um, that Justin here would have won. He should have won, because all I had after that would have been a half-health Sigilif. It wouldn't have been able to take on a Charizard X, regardless if it had next to no HP.